Welcome everybody to the next episode of Ask the Expert. And today I'm in London and I'm joined by Joe Offenberg, who's in New York. And Joe is our US technical director. And Joe, hi, how you doing?
Hi, Emily. Pretty good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, because I really want to chat to you about your view on cloud infrastructure and cloud adoption. And I guess my first question to you really, Joe, is, do you see much cloud adoption at the moment? Is it something that people are really getting their teeth into at the moment? And sort of how does the land lie?
It's been happening a lot more lately that you didn't used to see is production applications moving to the cloud. Like previously, it was mostly pre-prod environments, dev and test and QA, where environments would come and go in the cloud. But I think now the enterprise is starting to embrace the cloud for customer-facing production applications. And that's probably what's happened most recently.
Right. And do you feel that there's one big challenge that you could sort of boil it down to? When you're going into customers, are you seeing that they're all struggling with the same big thing, or does it really vary?
Sure. Well, there's a lot of challenges. Managing resources is a big challenge. Sometimes people provision things in the cloud and then forget about them, and they don't deprovision them. And this is the problem that cloud was supposed to solve. Understanding performance differences in the cloud when you move to the cloud is a challenge. Understanding, having the right application architecture is very important. Also, so you don't create a vendor lock-in with a cloud provider. You want to be able to migrate your applications from one cloud provider to another, right? You don't want to depend on resources from a specific provider. And yeah, so I mean, probably the biggest challenge then is security, yeah?
That's really interesting. And I guess with security, there's also sort of regulations around for certain industries as well.
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing with the cloud is there's so many different configuration settings, especially if you're doing cloud in a declarative way. You have to provide a lot of different settings for a lot of different components. And if you get one of those settings wrong, you can expose a vulnerability. On top of that, different people need to be able to access those configuration settings in different ways. And you need a very fine-grained entitlements around that. You need role-based access control for different teams at a very granular level. So that is a big challenge that we should be able to solve.
And it's about, I guess it's just as much about giving people access to what they should and need to have access to as it is about, stopping people accessing certain things as well.
That's absolutely right. You want to be able to enable people to do the job they need to do. You don't want to create bottlenecks where everybody has to go through a central team to get changes done, right? You want to be able to give people the ability to make changes themselves. It's faster that way. It's more agile that way. Yeah.
And this is a really fascinating topic, Joe. And I understand that you're running a webinar shortly on this topic. So how to build a rock solid hybrid cloud infrastructure. So can you tell me a little bit more about when that's running?
It's January 22nd, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah. So I threw you under a bus there, didn't I? Yeah. It's January the 22nd.
Yeah, I have it on my calendar. I believe.
Yeah. I think it's 9 a.m. Eastern time as well. So be great to see you there, and look forward to chatting soon, Joe. Thank you so much for your time.
Great, thank you.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Emily.